Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
It was not ever done pretty myself so far. It was maybe not such a great week for some wrestling nostalgia fans. Judy Bagwell died. Um, best
Uh,
best known for being put on a forklift. Judy Bagwell on a pole match, as it was dubbed.
Not even the good kind of poll.
Judy, do you have anything to say on Judy?
Well, Judy, of course, the mother of former WCW / one night WWE superstar Marcus Alexander Buff Horatio uh, Jefferson Magellan Bagwell. Um,
No, she had
uh,
so many names.
he didn't either. Judy, what can you say about a mother who gets involved in her son's job uh is oh god uh, famous for being infamous is the best way to describe uh Judy Bagwell, who got involved uh with her son's run in WCW surprisingly before WCW had that big old set redesign. Uh, I mean, yes, there's the Judy Bagwell on the pole match. Uh, we never know. We won't know if she was a fan of her son's stint on Gigolos. Uh, uh, but she is the first. She goes down in history as the first female to be part of a team, the first female to hold the WCW World Tag Team titles, uh, with Rick Steiner after I
Rick
believe she
Steiner,
refused.
not Ron Draper, correct?
Yes, not Rex Steiner, not Scott Steiner, not Rex Steiner, not Frankensteiner, but Rick Steiner. And yes, as mentioned, the forklift on a pole match from New Blood Rising 2000. Uh, some most wrestling fans call it the denouement of Vince Russo's uh, time, and yeah, the end of Vince Russo in WCW. The match was between Buff Bagwell and sadly, and I hate, God, this just gets worse. Chris Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I mean, other than that, she she was a she was a good sport. There was nothing but good things said about her. Uh, she took everything in jest, and Buff still says if she were still with us, she would still be able to beat him in the ring.
And of course, thoughts and prayers go out to the family. Some odd news this coming out this week. It was reported that Bray Wyatt is doing a movie. Well,
I I think even more than that, the claim that Tony Khan has had no contact with Bray Wyatt whatsoever.
Well, probably a lot of people. The president of the owner of GCW said that he hasn't been in contact with Bray either. Um, I know that Impact reached out to him, but I don't know if there has been any actual communication. Um, I don't want to say Bray Wyatt's done with wrestling, but is he kind of biding his time for a return to WWE, or could could he be actually done with wrestling?
Uh, I don't know. Um, I find what I find interesting is the way this movie is being described. It's being described as a cross of Japanese gonzo gangster horror movie Ishi the Killer combined with the musical fantasy romance Xanadu, starring Olivia Newton-John as a Greek goddess who opens a disco in Los Angeles. So
So,
it's gonna have killing and disco. Those are two things I really think of when I think of Bray Wyatt, who will be performing and getting IMDb credits under his real name, Wyndham Rotunda. That's funny. His last name is Rotunda, and he is rotund.
very true. Um, I know we're a long way out from it. Do you see this last sort of disco movie getting an Academy Award now?
I I see it getting streamed on Tubi, and that's being generous.
So moderately successful.
I mean, if somebody manages to show it on a projector in their backyard, I'll be surprised.
Oh, come on. You're not mildly curious what this is going to look like or what it's going to be?
I mean, we know Bray Wyatt can act.
But can he dance and disco?
Can he rollerblade? That's the question.
Can he probably disco?
I mean, yeah, but a friggin' the, the way it's described as a friggin' Japanese gangster horror movie combined with roller disco starring Olivia Newton-John and Gene Kelly from Singing in the Rain. Well, Moses supposes this movie's gonna suck.
When everything you say, my mind goes to Escape New York with oh god, what is his name? Now I'm blanking on
Wait,
the
what is it? What does it
the
remind you of?
actor in Escape New York.
Oh,
With
Kurt Russell?
Kurt. Why is my mind going to Kurt Russell in Saturday Night Fever?
Because Kurt Russell wasn't in Saturday Night. Oh, but you're thinking it's like
In a
you think
fusion, yes.
you're thinking Snake Plissken in Saturday Night Fever. That's a very interesting analogy.
Oh god! Before we make this even worse, let's
John Carpenter's Xanadu.
Stevie Ray, brother of Booker T, recently did an interview, and he
Not
called
us.
Steve Austin a Daisy Duke, bald-headed, bad knee guy that beats up women.
Tell me he did not just say that.
He definitely said that.
I told you not to tell me.
Well, I'm telling you, he said that. He said it. It happened. Yeah. So, Stevie Ray, it's funny how we talk about Marty Jannetty being kind of getting wiped off the face of the earth after Shawn Michaels split up from him. We never say they got Stevie Ray, though.
Well, I mean, Stevie Ray wasn't on and off of drugs constantly, and Stevie Ray wasn't into hookers and blackjack.
That we know of. But I'm not saying the personal life and the personal issues. I'm saying the the success of a tag team partner, because obviously Booker T went on to become one of the greatest of all times, and Stevie Ray is just kind of known as his time with Harlem Heat. Nothing disparaging about that tag team, but there was nothing came out of that for him afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, you could say he got Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah, but was he ever? He wasn't in a tag team or billed as a tag team guy.
But he was part of a stable with Stevie Ray.
Was he?
You don't remember Ahmed Johnson's time in WCW 2000.
I did not watch WCW 2000.
He went by the name. This is when Booker T was feuding with Stevie and Clarence Mason, who was in WCW, and now I'm just remembering that. It sounded like he gargled razor blades. They were feuding over a letter of the alphabet. And
Still sounds better than shampoo.
I mean, that's when Booker T simply became Booker.
Yeah.
And Ahmed Johnson was Big T.
Oh, you didn't go the other route with it, Mr. T?
I think he wanted Mr. Eat the Reef. But yeah, so yeah, Stevie Ray, Clarence Mason, Big T, Ahmed Johnson, who Stevie Ray really didn't have the string of bad luck like Marty Jannetty, but he didn't have the real success either. So he was kind of.
True.
I don't know. Like, then again, isn't this stuff we already knew about Austin? Not to, it's not okay behavior by any means,
It's
but
things
we
we
know
already knew.
we know he's had incidents in the past where he unfortunately had some issues with Deborah.
Right, true.
And
We also know that he's bald-headed and that he has bad knees. That's definitely been recorded.
And he has worn shorts. I don't think he's worn Daisy Dukes. I mean, let's be honest. Austin doesn't have the ass for Daisy Dukes.
No, he really doesn't. And I think even Big Show brought that up once in an interview. His pasty white ass. Um, Now to maybe a bit of good news. Randy Orton helped a young fan that was kind of getting pushed against the barricade during a live event in the UK. Yeah, the big bad white boy has a heart of gold. Did we notice, or is this a positive story?
I didn't see any mention of this.
Yeah, on social media, there was video. There was the crowd was bombarding the guardrail, and there was a young fan that was getting pressed into the guardrail, and he told them go back, and he checked on this young fan.
Okay. Yes, it was a child. Uh, I think Orton may have gone into never can be heel again territory.
You think it was that big of a face turn?
Uh, I mean, this is this is that is okay. I'm looking at this clip now, and even the friggin' adults are being assholes. The assholes are there with their friggin' cameras, like, oh hey, let me tape this. Oh, like, Dad, come on, help me. Shut up, it's Randy Orton. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and Randy Orton walks away like, kid, I am so sorry you have a father like that. Talk to me after the show. We'll see about me adopting you.
Doesn't he have
Seriously,
enough adopted children at this point?
it's something like this that can make people forget you used to drop a deuce in people's gym bags. Um,
And make them shake your hand after scratching your crotch raw.
I mean, I do that all the time, so I just don't tell people I've scratched my crotch. So, uh,
Remind me never to shake your hand.
you already have. No, yeah, Randy is. This is yeah, they'll milk this for all it's worth.
Oh, you think that WWE is going to use this as a he's
Uh,
not that bad of a guy type thing, or
oh, I think they're gonna have Riddle push it.
that is that could be a possibility. Yeah. Well, unless
Uh,
you have any little tidbits of the
ah,
news,
I do.
yeah.
I actually do. Uh, First of all, the rumors that a certain superstar who was very high on the WWE totem pole could be returning to be a certain shaman for MSK. Of course, I'm talking about Rob Van Dam, but congratulations go out to Rob Van Dam, who married his new longtime girlfriend, Katie Forbes. They were married 2 nights ago in Las Vegas.
Oh,
Uh,
congratulations.
guess who was in attendance?
Who?
Karrion Kross and Scarlett.
Oh. Well, aren't they from Las Vegas?
Yes. But guess who did the ceremony?
Damian Priest?
Candice Michelle.
The fuck? Really?
Yeah, and guess who was the ring bearer?
Paul? No, Paul's dead. Oh, who?
Katie's ass.
Ah,
It's a nice ass. No, seriously. Yes, Rob Van Dam married for, I think this is the 13th time. And of course, he's what he wears that traditional RVD black tux with the red rose. Um,
it's a classic.
Meanwhile, Karrion Kross has grown his hair back.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Holy hell. Oh
What?
my god.
What a man.
He has grown his hair back, and there's a picture of RVD, Katie Forbes, Scarlett, and Carrion, and it's an animated GIF, and basically it's Carrion going for a boob squeeze.
On Scarlet?
Yes, on Scarlett. That'd be really weird if that was on if it was Katie. I mean, Katie might like that, given uh,
All I know is RVD and her spent a lot of time in the hot tub, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But yeah, congratulations to Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes. And
uh,
Karrion Kross. What did he blow? Did he sneeze and hold his nose and it just kind of popped out?
I guess so. Um, yeah. Meanwhile, yes, it is November, and it is 25 years of The Rock. So what is the uh what does the WWE do? Well, of course, they do a photo shoot representing stages of The Rock's career. You have Damian Priest as the corporate champion Rock.
Classic.
You have Matt Riddle as Rocky Maivia,
Yeah.
complete with the blue tights and the friggin' purple tassel, and with the curly hair,
He nailed the hair, I'll say that.
and and of course you have that, the freshly turned heel Rock, and of course they went with the obvious choice, Rhea Ripley.
Not, yeah, no, not one of them, mm, I don't know how to say this, not one of them is,
I
black.
mean, yeah, well, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear this was a very bad Photoshop.
Just sounds like a very bad idea.
I mean, it's not like Riddle and Ripley are in blackface. I mean,
No, but, I mean, they, they couldn't get anybody else. I'll say this: Damien Priest, he rocked that. He looked legitimately like The Rock. Um, the rest, I
The
mean,
Rock liked it. The Rock
real
liked.
Rock like, yeah.
And in even more news, I will be cucking Zack Ryder and Chelsea Green later tonight. All right. No, I'm kidding.
You wish.
Yes, Zack does wish. Could we be seeing the return, or rather, the debut of Corey Graves? Now, if you watched Raw this past week, both Corey Graves and Byron Saxton became 24/7 champion. Yes, it's official. Byron Saxton is now a former WWE champion. It's in the books. It's canon. But now, Corey has got the itch to wrestle again, and not just with Carmella in the bedroom.
Like he could win that fight. Did he say specifically that he was going to try and get clear?
He was one tweet, I kind of want to wrestle again. And my response was, well, I want to be in a 50 hooker gangbang, but some things just ain't happening.
Hey, with the medicine that we have today in medical, it's certainly possible.
I mean, yes, I mean the medicine for for 50 hooker gangbangs is incredible. But no, he put out two more tweets after it. Second one saying, I won a championship in WWE without ever stepping into the ring. I also lost it in the same way, but let's not focus on the minutiae. And then finally, I was put on this earth to do something. What I'm doing is not it.
Oh, so he's going into it hard.
That's what Carmella said.
No, it's not. You know it. I mean, Corey Graves, the announcer, is okay, but would he be anything significant as Corey Graves, the wrestler?
I mean, I think if Corey Graves can get back in the ring, then certainly there's hope for Xavier Woods to unblock me from Twitter. So,
And I think that will conclude our coverage of the news. Did you have a last? Was that the last piece?
yes.
Right, and we will conclude the news for now. And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, this is Brutal Bob Evans from Hangs with Bob Seminars and TheWrestleLife.com, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.